Science has sent probes to the edge of the solar system, photographed black holes, and mapped the entire observable universe. But there are 5 things sitting right in front of us, in plain sight, that nobody can explain. And some of them are so strange that the leading theories involve parallel universes, alien civilizations, and fundamental breaks in our understanding of reality.
Here are 5 things in space that scientists genuinely cannot explain. On the 15th of August 1977, an astronomer named Jerry Eman was reviewing data from a radio telescope in Ohio when he spotted something that stopped him cold. A signal had come in from deep space, so strong and so perfectly structured that he circled it on the printout and wrote one word in the margin: "Wow." The WOW signal, as it became known, lasted exactly 72 seconds, came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, and matched almost perfectly the kind of transmission scientists had theorized an extraterrestrial civilization might send.
It has never been heard again. Every attempt to find it, every telescope pointed at that region of sky, has come back with nothing. Nearly 50 years later, nobody knows what sent it, where it came from, or why it never repeated. It remains the strongest candidate for extraterrestrial contact ever recorded, and it is completely unexplained. The second thing is stranger, because at least the WOW signal happened once. Fast radio bursts happen constantly, all across the universe, and we still have almost no idea what causes them.
These are millisecond flashes of radio energy, so powerful that a single burst releases more energy than the sun produces in an entire day, compressed into a fraction of a second, fired across billions of light years of space. Some repeat, most don't. They come from all directions, at all times, with no obvious pattern. The leading theories involve neutron stars, magnetars, and colliding stellar objects, but none of them fully explain the data. And some of the repeating bursts follow patterns so regular they almost look deliberate, though most scientists stop well short of saying that out loud. Number 3 is the cold spot, and this one genuinely unsettles cosmologists. When scientists mapped the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang that fills the entire sky, they found it was remarkably uniform, almost perfectly smooth in every direction, exactly as the standard model of cosmology predicts, except for one region, a patch of sky in the southern hemisphere that is significantly colder than everything around it, covering an area almost 1.8 billion light-years across, far too large and far too cold to be explained by normal cosmic variation. The leading conventional explanation is a supervoid, an enormous region of space with less matter than average, but the numbers don't quite add up. The most provocative explanation, proposed by serious physicists and not just theorists on the internet, is that it could be the imprint of a collision with a parallel universe, a bubble of different physics that brushed against ours in the early moments after the Big Bang and left a bruise on the sky that we can still see today. Number 4 is dark energy. And the reason it makes this list is not that we don't know much about it, it's that we know almost nothing about it, despite the fact that it makes up 68% of everything. Not 68% of matter, 68% of the entire universe, all energy included, is this thing we cannot see, cannot detect directly, and cannot explain. What we know is its effect. It is pushing the universe apart, accelerating the expansion of space itself, and it has been doing so for billions of years. What we do not know is what it actually is, where it comes from, or why it has the precise value it has. If dark energy were even slightly stronger, galaxies would never have formed. Slightly weaker, and the universe would have collapsed back on itself long ago. It is perfectly tuned for a universe that contains us, and nobody knows why.
And the 5th thing is perhaps the most quietly alarming of all, because it suggests that something is wrong not just with one observation, but with the entire framework we use to understand the universe. It is called the Hubble Tension.
When scientists measure how fast the universe is expanding using the cosmic microwave background, light from the very beginning of time, they get one number. When they measure the same thing using nearby galaxies and supernovae, they get a different number, not slightly different.
Meaningfully, stubbornly, persistently different. And the gap has been growing wider as measurements get more precise, not smaller. Both methods are sound. Both have been checked and rechecked by independent teams using different instruments. They simply disagree. And that disagreement means one of two things. Either there is an undetected systematic error hiding somewhere in our most sophisticated measurements, or there is something fundamentally missing from our model of the universe, something we have not accounted for, something that changes everything we think we know about how space and time work.
5 things. Billions of dollars of telescopes, the brightest minds on the planet, and no answers. The universe is not running out of secrets. If anything, the more precisely we look, the stranger it gets, and the longer that list grows. Subscribe, because next time we're going deep on dark energy, what it is, why it terrifies physicists, and what it means for the ultimate fate of everything.